Konnichiwa, hello KCCP ang leader batchmates, or should I call JICA alumni members and the JICA Philippine and JICA Japan. Watashi wa Mel des. I'm Mel Anthony Atienza, Senior Economic Development Specialist in Nedami Maropa. I hope you are all doing well there. Apologies for not being able to join you there physically, for I have to attend equally pressing matters here in our office. But nonetheless, thank you for inviting our batch to participate in this report back session, perhaps to share our knowledge and experiences in Japan, and of course, to present our respective re-entry action plans and our batch course summary presentation, in which the latter was assigned to be presented by yours truly. So, as part of my commitment to give back to our country and my region for the opportunities our program has given us, without any further ado, please allow me, for I am happy to deliver the batch course summary presentation. So, this would just be very quick. The presentation outline encompasses the program information comprising the background and participants, the overall experience, cultural, technical, and personal experiences, and lastly, the learning from the training. First one is the program information. So the title of the program is Knowledge Co-Creation Program KCCP Young Leaders Renewable Energy, facilitated and held by the, of course, Japan International Cooperation Agency, or JICA, in partnership with the Conference of Earth Environment from Akita, or SIA. So the date and duration is from July 9 to July 25, 2024. That's 17 days. The type of the program is technical and leadership. The venue is in Japan, primarily in Akita and Tokyo. So the program was participated in by 13 focal persons involved in the power and energy sector in the Philippines, representing different nine government agencies. So those are the NEDA, BISAM, NTC, provincial governments of Nueva Vizcaya and Albay, PPP, NEA, and DOE, and NPC. So the faces are right in front of your screen. So they are my batchmates. So let's proceed on the cultural immersion. So we're able to explore the traditional Caconedate small castle town. Here's the Jinrikisha there, the Oga Aquarium Gao. We were able to experience the Rakusian tea house ceremony, very satiating tea. My personal favorite, the experience in onsen in Yumoto. We're able to wear kimono there, and the very um sumptuous dinner and breakfast prepared to us, and the Japanese culture experience na Mahag ritual. We personally were able to wear the costume of the Namahage and make our own Namahage wall hangings. We were able to bring it here in the Philippines as our souvenir. Of course, the very delicious Ichikaran ramen in Japan, Tokyo. The very bustling and busy Shibuyan crossing in Tokyo Center. The Hachiko dog, a statue of the Hachiko dog. The We learned the neutralization efforts to conserve Kunimasu fish in Lake Kazawa. Of course, the Kunimasu Museum of the Future. Able to exchange educational um in in the Daisen Umagari Junior High School, and the um exchanges of ideas, of course, with the Akita University graduate students. It's very fascinating to see this that at an early age, students in the junior high school are being exposed to high technology prototypes of the renewable energy, and also the Konohashi Company, in which reinforced the importance of living in harmony with the nature. We're able to have courtesy visits with the Akita City Mayor Hozumi Matomuzan and Akita Prefecture Vice Governor Kazumi Sarutasan. So we had networking opportunities there. The final days were dedicated to brainstorming, formulation of our entry action plans, rehearsals, and um, our actual presentation, which were critic and refined in collaboration with local experts there. So we had formal um closing ceremony, farewell party were prepared to us. We had our presentations of action plan, insights from the local expert, evaluation, awarding of certificates, speech from the SIA. They also asked me to deliver the thank you speech. We had a photo opportunity, farewell party, Samtos dinner meals were prepared. We had our cultural batch presentation. We sing together, we hug each other, We're very grateful with the JICA and SIA there. Next is technical experiences. So basically, we conducted several classes and lectures in different institutions. So those lectures are um, shown in the screen. All the lectures are there. So these are some of the photos. It includes the energy policies, the energy circulation creation, and biomass power. We learned the financial support for renewable energy projects, offshore wind turbines, geothermal energy systems, among others. So we also had uh, panel observer insights, very insightful, very helpful to us participants. Of course, we had site visits. These are all the sites that we visited in Japan, highlighting a few. Of course, my favorite one, the solar sharing. This is an innovative system integrating agriculture with the solar power generation, highlighting a sustainable approach that can be adapted to the Philippines' agricultural regions, like our region here in Mimaropa. So the solar sharing, as you can see, is integrated with the agricultural land. Also, the Akita Offshore Wind Power Generation Farm, illustrating the economic and employment benefits of large-scale renewable energy projects. So there's 33 turbines standing there. The Hatano Small Hydroelectric Power Station in Nicao City, the biogas power generation facility. So the facility use food waste as a recycling resource for power generation. The Akita City Total Environment Center. So the advanced gasification, melting, and sorting technology used here exemplifies recycling and effective waste to energy conversion. The wood biomass power generation. So the plant generates electricity by burning wood chips. So the CO2 reduction is very impressive with carbon emissions from electricity generation being absorbed back into the forests. So that's a wrap for the technical part. So lastly, on the overall experience, personal experience. So very notable values of Japanese people. First one is the hospitality of the Japanese people. They are waving every time they are saying goodbye to us. Even we are very far, our shuttle is very far, they would see to it that they're still waving to us. Very hospitable people. Also, they're very humble. They always give way to us participants in every photo opportunity. As much as possible, they would just kneel down or sit down to make sure that no one is being black at the back. Next is very commendable inclusivity and sensitivity of the Japan country as a whole because there's braille on every walkways and every establishment for our blind brothers and sisters. The Japanese people are very organized, time conscious, and disciplined, and very caring as well. They are very time conscious. There's some placard indicating how many minutes left. Of course, the sophisticated technologies in Japan, like flashable tissues and electronic bidet toilet, the payment machine, also self-service and clean as you go, always. Lastly, the learning from the training. So in summary, this program in Japan has provided practical insights on RE technologies. The program's blend of technical training and cultural immersion has enriched our understanding of traditions and way of life in Japan and sustainable energy practices. With Japan aiming for a 35% renewable energy share by 2030 and over 50% by 2050, their efforts to promote low carbon emissions for a sustainable future is just in alignment with what the Philippines is envisioning in the future. Having said all that, our energy strategic direction remains to gear towards affordable energy, resiliency, reliability, clean and sustainable energy for our beloved country, Philippines. All right, I think that would be a wrap for my presentation on our batch course summary. Thank you very much.